Good morning. Day 56. Back when I didn't know there were 57 days in this trip, I used to think 56 was the day I was going home. But now I know better. Tomorrow we're going home. If we can climb up this mountain, walk along the ridge, and then walk down tomorrow. 2 glorious 0 days here at the Dry River Wilderness. Oh my goodness. My legs should be jaunty. I should look like Whispers. Boy, can that guy hike. Holy cow. When I get out of his way and just let him go, vroom, and he's just jaunty. Jaunty is the word that I use for it. He's like dancing down the trail with a smile on his face. We should all hike like that, but some of us are old, some of us are fat. But enough about him. This is all about me. Yeah, we're gonna hike up Isolation and hit the Davis Pass and see what we see up there. I wanted to go up yesterday, but I'm really glad I stayed here. It rained for a really large part of the day. Not sure how wet we're gonna get on the way up. I guess it depends on the vegetation. Well, in the creek, because the trail will go into the creek at some times. But here, we're almost back to the trail. I don't know, this pack feels really light. I think I've got everything. It's always scary how it all goes back in the pack. It just all suddenly disappears, and I'm like, oh shit, it's time to go. Gotta walk. This is where we're gonna find out how wet we're gonna get. There it is. You can tell by that sign. We're in the wilderness. Now, let's see if we can find the trail. I think it's over here. One of these is a trail and one of these is a creek. I know that's a creek. I think that's a creek. I think this is the trail. Let's take a look and see what we find. It's wilderness hiking. They're not allowed to tell you where you are or where you're going. That would take the fun out of it. They pointed in this general direction. You figure out which one is the trail. There's no blazing. So choose wisely and go back when you're not sure. I think it looks like a trail. Sorry. Not the thing I was standing on, but large other portions of this apparently look like a trail. All right. Well, I'm gonna wander for a while and see if this was a trail or not. I'll either check in later or this video may never be found. We'll see. No, I've got extra food. I'll live. It really looks like a trail. I'll see you later. This is either where we're going, or this is the place where I think this is where we're going, and we're gonna go around the corner, and there's gonna be a trail over there. Let's find out. Yep, I remember this spot. I have places in my brain. This is one of them. When I came here, the first time I looked up there and I said, well, that's the trail. Because I'm so used to the trail being the worst possible thing you see. And there was a log, I think, here you had to step over. Probably this tree. They've since cleared the step over. Nice work. And then you see the trail is over there. And it's beautiful. It's still flowing along the creek. We're not going up there. We're going up. We'll go up later. Right now, we're gonna follow this creek. Wow, that's beautiful. Should I not tell you that? Let you figure it out on your own? Wow. That makes it hard to hike. I just want to stand here and look at that. Oh yeah, it looks like I gotta do some hiking though. Alright. Well, you look at that. I'll do the hiking. And we'll see what we see next. Look at that beautiful creek. Wait. No, this is the creek. Look at that beautiful trail. It's a wilderness trail. Sun is working on them clouds. We are working on this hill. We're kind of wandering over to the hill. We're going up a little bit, but the climb itself is a little bit later. And not all that long. But our goal is to get up there before it gets hot, because it's going to get hot. But we don't want to get too hot on the climb, you know. You've heard this story before. You got to find the right speed. You never know which one is right. This is beautiful though. It's really hard to walk. I just keep stopping to look at it, show it to you. Maybe it's because I know I have to go back to civilization soon, but this just seems really pretty. I like a good wilderness. Those super highway trails full of people and nice footpath, that's a different type of hiking. This is my kind of thing. One man alone trying to guess which way the trail goes, which one is the creek. But yeah, I do want to go home. It's mixed emotions, you know. Enjoying the adventure, don't want it to stop, but boy, yeah. No, I'll go home tomorrow. They won't have to put me kicking and screaming in the car. All right, I'll see you farther up the hill. This is one of the places where the trail dives into the creek. This brook or whatever ate the trail at, I don't know if it was Irene or when. I was afraid they were going to make me climb up this. Because sometimes they make you climb up things like that to get out of the creek. You never know. You just got to do whatever it is. You can't stay in the creek. But then I noticed that there was an exit over here that looks a little more doable. So I was happy. If this was the long trail, they would have made me go up that mud. No. Blue skies. They're coming. So you gotta get up there. I gotta get away from this creek. This really slows me down, this climbing in and out. But it's beautiful. Let's focus on that. It's beautiful. Here it is, baby. Davis Path. It's the last trail. It looks inviting because it's going downhill, but it's lumpy. We'll be following a ridge the whole way. The ups and downs are not major. There may be a little breeze. I don't know. Looks like the trees are drying out some. Yeah. There's a lot of places where there may be pine trees, little tiny pine trees right up against the trail. So if they're wet, you get wet. So far, my socks are maybe a little wet, but we came up relatively dry. We are up. What a joy it is to be up. Sweated out my shirt on the way up. Not as bad as climbing up Edmund's Path. Edmund's Path, we stopped about halfway and I wrung my shirt out because it was full. Oh yeah, I wish we had a couple hours to stay here and make time lapse. Miles to go before we sleep, and then we get to go home. It's gonna rain tomorrow, but it's okay. I just have to make it down the slabs on Crawford and I'll be all right. All right, I'm gonna try to put this pack back on and start walking again. It won't be easy, so I won't film that. You don't want to see it. The crying and whining. Oh, it's heavy. It's really not heavy. It's surprisingly light. It's not wet. Everything's lighter when everything's not wet. All right, I will see you down there somewhere. Hey, look where we are. We're on top of a mountain. We took you to a summit. It's really close to the trail. It's like maybe 1/10 of a mile. Not very far out from the trail. I knew you'd appreciate it, since I never take you anywhere. But yeah, here we are. We're here. Isolation, in case you're wondering, if you're technical about things like that. And the actual summit is over there. We're not actually at the summit. We're at the spot where it's really nice to stop and drive
look at the view. I was chatting with some day hikers. Yeah, not sure how we got here. Sorry. I think we camped down in there somewhere last night, but I'd be hard pressed to tell you where it was. I think it's way down there. But then that would mean we'd been like climbing on some of this stuff. Maybe we have been. I'm just following the trail. Seemed to work so far. It's worked for 56 days. Let's keep up with that plan. We'll go where the trail takes us. Ooh. Well, I could look at it all day. I don't know. Are you bored yet? Yeah. But I'll smell better if I go home. I'm gonna miss these moments, but I know that I will smell a lot better once I go home. And I'm running out of shirts. The blue one is toast. Hey, there's sort of buzzing insect here. Sorry. But yeah, the black one is showing a lot of skin too now. It's still good in the back where it matters, where the pack is. The arms have been chewed up pretty well. It's those falls. Those falls take a lot of damage out of things. I got a hole in my knee over here. I mean, both in my pants and in my knee. All right, we should probably go. Right? We can't camp here. Well, we can't hammock here. We can't legally camp here. But no, I want to be closer to the road for tomorrow. All right, we'll go before it starts raining. I don't think it's supposed to rain until tonight. Yeah, this Cohos Trail. Got a lot of options. You could have gone way around up that way if you were younger and stronger than me. I like taking 2 days off, laying in my hammock. Holy cow, did I enjoy that. I mean, not so much that, but the climbing up isolation today was really easy because my legs are like, oh yeah, we're rested, we're ready. Everything so far has been relatively easy. It's sweaty, it's hot and humid, but you notice I'm not leaving. So we could talk about the weather, or I can't talk about sports. I don't know who's winning. But yeah. About them leaves. I should go. It's gonna rain later. Alright. We have a moose. What could we do here, do you think? I certainly don't want to cause you any trouble.
Do you want to keep going? What do you want to do? Hi, it's just me. Could I come through? I'm not sure how to work this out. I can't go back the way I came. Is there some place where you could get off the trail for me? I don't like that heavy breathing. Hope he's not scared of me. What do you think, buddy? What are we going to do here? What do you think? Could I use the trail? Well, I can't go around you. Well, I'm not really sure what a person does about this. I'm used to cattle. If it was a cow, I would move it out of my way, but this is a moose. I don't think you tell moose anything. I think they do whatever they want. He seems to want to stand there. Well, I guess we'll see how this story turns out later. Well, that was exciting. You always want to see a moose, but you don't necessarily want to see a moose like that. Apparently we were in his way. We worked that out in an unusual way. And I don't suggest others try this, but I don't know anything about moose tactics. I went into the trees, and he did not move. So I continued to circle around him through the trees while singing to him. I wanted him to know where I was and that I was not being stealthy, but that I was going around him. And then eventually we determined that yes, despite the fact that it looked like I was sneaking up on him from behind, he was trying to go the other way. And we were in his way. So we got out of his way. He went through. Hopefully there's not a lot more moose traffic out here today. We're headed over towards Davis, but I can't see my feet, so I'm gonna go back to hiking. He's not behind us. Whew, I checked. Oop, the water's almost ready for soup. Just thought I'd say hey. Hanging out at the old Resolution shelter. I don't know where the shelter was. I can't tell you. But I found where the water is, and that's all I really cared about. And then I found this nice hammock site, so yeah, this is where I'm gonna hang out. But yeah, I must have miscalculated how many miles I had to go. I think I thought I had 2 miles to go, and it must have been 4 miles. Because it took a really long time, and it was really hard. I was really sweaty. But now,
Now I'm gonna have soup. And I'm dry. I'm out of my sweaty clothes. Yeah, life's moderately good. I think I'm doing better than the last time I did the Cohos. I camped up top, right next to the trail. Went the wrong way to look for water. So we're doing pretty well. I don't know how we're gonna get out of here in the morning. It's like straight up to get back to the trail. Oh well, I gotta have soup. I will check in with you later to say goodnight. I hope. Maybe, if I remember. I don't usually show you my dinner, but this is the giant bag of Mountain House that I put in, it's beef stroganoff. This is what I put in the final resupply before the trip started. So apparently I decided that somewhere along the way I should have a giant bag of beef stroganoff. I've saved it specifically for tonight. We're celebrating the end of the line. Wow. Very pretty. Seeing a 20% chance of rain tonight. 20% in the morning. I'm putting up the tarp, don't worry. I've been 20%ing on. Hell, I was 0%ing on. But can you see those mountains up there? Yeah, we were up that way earlier. I think that's why I'm all sweaty. I always forget that there's a big lump in there, and I don't know. Like I say, I think I may have either mismeasured the mileage, or there may have been some sort of time warp going on there. I'm not sure, but it seemed like I couldn't get here. I was really happy when I did. I still don't know how the hell I'm getting out of here in the morning. It's straight up. Thankfully, my bear can is empty. Almost. And I'm motivated. Well, water's boiling. I really just wanted to show you that giant bag of dinner, because that's what it's noticeably bigger than the average bag of beef stroganoff that I make. So I'm thinking there was a plan there. Either it was an emergency bag for somewhere in the wilderness, or it was a celebration bag for tonight. There's been no emergencies. I've got extra food. I think I've got a lasagna in there too. Yeah, it's a beautiful spot. One final night. Day 56. It's drawing to a close. I ate the giant bag of stroganoff, and then I ate a lot of other stuff too. I don't think I'll regret it, but I do have a little shame. 56 days, holy cow. If we don't break our necks headed down the mountain tomorrow, it will be done. Fast I'm seeing less chance of rain, so hopefully we can go up and do Mount Crawford. Get a last set of views. Head down. See if our ride is there. They'll be there at noon. I just don't know what time I'm going to get there. I've got an extra coffee saved, so I can stay for 2 coffees. I got extra water. So yeah, it's going to be a party, celebration. And then there may be a picnic in the parking lot. We'll see. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Hopefully, again, we don't break our necks finishing it tomorrow. And then I can go home. So, once again, day 56. Night night.